Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Carson.
That was intense. Today we are
more intense than you.
Today we are watching Run with the Wind episode 4. What happened last time?
Last time Kakeru got a surprise visit from a previous rival, enemy,
Teammate.
somebody else, and everybody's kind of getting around to the idea of doing it. Everybody's like, you know, they're seeing some progress. They're making the run and they're doing a little bit better each time. And they got this girl hanging out with them, and they're feeling a little bit more inspired, a little bit more comfortable. They feel better about themselves, little by little, but you know, there's still some stuff to get worked out with the main boy here. So we'll see how that works out in this episode of Run with the Wind. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Patreon to get a week ahead, possibly longer, with uncut reactions and a bunch of other exclusive perks at patreon.com/boldcast. Link in the description. Hope you guys enjoy. Most of all, leave a like and subscribe. Let's go!
High school.
Flashback. Sendai. Oh shit, he's good. He was really good. Damn.
And he's still... Wow. He was used as like an example to bully the rest of the team.
You better run with him. You better run with him though. You gotta run with them.
Yeah.
Didn't run with them.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
He's just a kid, and his
I know.
coach is an asshole.
The coach is dumb, honestly. Like, you shouldn't. That's not the easiest speed running, creating a divide between your MVP and the rest of the team. Give them special privileges and separate them from.
And not say like try to encourage a friendly rivalry in which they want to, you know, get on his level. Instead, just like beat them down and try and force them to magically get on his level. Like, if they're saying the average university student needs to have at least a time of 16 minutes, and he's in high school running it in like 13 and a half. That's clearly not normal, and when he was beating everyone else by a landslide, so expecting them to get on his level is just...
I think he's encouraging
silly.
them. I don't think he's actually expecting them.
No, but he's not necessarily encouraging.
You think that's his first crop of students ever? Of
No,
course,
but
he's being harsh to encourage them to do better. It's not as good of a strategy because he's also separating the MVP. But I don't know what world you're living in that you think he literally wants them to be Olympic athletes as a first and second year in high school. He's being extreme as a teaching tactic. He's a coach. He's not actually disappointed in. Are you kidding me? He's not actually disappointed in them for not being Olympic level track stars. That's not the point. Did you actually think that's what he was doing?
I was just saying, personally, I don't like the way he's like going about it.
Okay, that's different though.
His coaching style.
Well, neither do I.
No.
But I wasn't insinuating like, how do you create such a like, it's not even a straw man, it's a fucking wicker man. You're creating like a Burning Man-esque straw man of like insane, but I think you actually believe it. Are you serious?
No!
If I didn't say anything, you would have, if I didn't say anything, I'm sorry. If I didn't say anything, this would have snowballed until the end of the series and we would still be talking about this coach. We would still be talking 20 episodes later if I didn't say anything and pause the video. You would have been reminiscing 20 episodes in the future at the post-season discussion about like, yeah, and then the coach just like expecting everybody to be Olympic level athletes.
The way that I react to like this old man coach is the way that you react to like
the barricades.
Teenage girls characters in like Horimiya, whatever that girl's name was, and you just hated her and shat on her so much when she was just being like, she wasn't even being bad.
Neither is the coach.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying we're the same, but about different things.
No, except I'm right, and you're illogical and based in nonsense. That girl in Horimiya is a total bitch. Fuck her. You're talking over the OP. I really got it. Can we hook up a pause button right now? I'm done with this. I'm done. Like you talk over the show, and then I don't know whether to pause or keep going. If you would do the honors. Rewatching the OP.
Just Go like that into your coffee?
I wonder if there was a reason for that. Maybe there was a hair or something floating in my coffee. No, I just dunk my finger in my coffee just to make sure that it runs smoothly down my finger. That's a ritual that I have. Why would I do something logical like pick a piece of hair out of my coffee? I actually do it to give you something to judge me about. I wonder if the other guys bullied him out of the team.
Maybe.
Whoa. He was actually homeless? Oh, what? Wait, what? No way.
Wow.
He's a gambling addict?
Didn't he say something about that before? That he spent his money for his place. He lost it gambling. He said that at the beginning.
I think he did say that.
He did say that when he was like, "Why did you steal the bread or whatever?" And he was like, "Oh, I spent all my money."
I guess he did say that. I forgot, but yeah, you're right.
That's really bad, though.
He's stealing food.
Oh,
this is the. Yeah, you have no idea how to work hard? Or I don't know, maybe he does. The rugby club?
Really clearing a there's a table right there.
Literally a foot over. Or maybe it's lacrosse? I don't know. I wonder if he will.
I don't know. I mean, right now they're living there with super cheap rent and they get food included, so I don't know.
Well, they're living there with super cheap rent and food included because they don't have any fucking extra money.
I know. So I'm saying I wonder how much
the dues would be.
You know, given that they're getting cheap other stuff, if it would be like small amount or like a one time like towards a bus or something.
I bet they probably need to pay for a fee. Well, why would they need a bus if they can just run there? But there's probably a buy-in for like a tournament of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And I wonder how much budget they get from the school or anything.
Probably in university, not too much. Probably not very much. They probably get access to like here's a room that you can do stuff.
Especially probably since they aren't bringing any money into the university from like actually doing good. So they'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I wonder.
He will not convince me.
What are you running from, Kakeru? What are you running from? Okay, I said that as a joke, but he really does look like he's running away.
Yeah.
Show's getting intense.
Yeah.
This took an intense real turn. Oh shit.
Yeah, imagine if you just like broke his leg right there. He said that about him. I like how he's always walking that dog.
そうだ勝負するか青竹まで競争よしよーいなんでこだわるんですか自分一人で走ればいいそういうことでしょ走るって悪いけど諦めてくださいどんなに一人で走っても本当は一人じゃないんですだって誰かと一緒に走ってるんだよよくわかりませんそうかよしニラよーいドン
He got some new shoes.
やっぱり専用の方がいいんだってなんだかんだ解禁賞じゃないまだなんだよいいね
I like how he wears the same thing every day.
今日のタイムは
Feeble.
全員何としてもたどり着く全員がたどり着けないとちゃん多摩川の河川敷にずーっと言い続けることだと9時ジャストにスタートするよう伝えて30秒前よっしゃー見せてやんよ二人もシューズ変えた方がいいよマシでしょ何どういうこと連れてってあげるよいい勧誘の間の手元から双子は向こう側だ8 7無駄なことを5だよあのスピードはガツくこのペースに惑わされるなレースも一緒だぞ今猛烈に感動している何にたった1週間で格段にある前にはそれだけの素質がある
He passed a butterfly. So impressive.
大事なことは全て漫画が教えてくれる
Use some inspiration.
頼むやめてくれ
It's a minute slower
Than he used to
than
be.
previously.
Oh, this guy again.
Oh, 5. No, that's...
時のお前じゃ考えられないタイムだな
Yeah.
So
ああ
slow.
俺東京体育大1年の
Tokyo Sport University.
マネージャー
いやマネージャーでは
タイムを取ってるんだ今はちょっとタイムいや全然来ねえじゃんそういうことかさすがのお前もレベルの低い連中といると OB 連中に連絡してやっと分かった清大学に進学したってあんのか陸上仲良くジョギング同好会か行けってどうやってまた殴るのかじゃあやっぱり
What did you do?
変えた方が全然楽だよブザ上げてきてんじゃないっすか
They're a lot less tired. Like they're
Yeah.
still tired, but they're not
They
dying.
can still talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
ならみんな同じ条件です
ねえ誰あれさっき待ってるぞ仲間が青竹の精鋭たちという名の戦士の機関を今か自分の好きそうな言葉を並べて呼んでますねそう今日お前は未だかつてたどり着いた未知の領域に
Oh my god.
聞いたか王子35分だって破ったんだよ35分の壁を
He needs to cut his time in half.
Oh my god.
歩いた方が早いだろ
Good for you, dipshit.
Yeah.
You're so cool.
どこの選手だああすいません監督さん僕は監督ではない何年生選手だ知り合い
calls him old.
高校時代に
Fuck you.
陸上部かはい東大大の
Love from Tokyo Sports University.
記録会東大大の記録会
Oh
They're
shit.
gonna go to like a.
あるだろうそこで
Oh, because they need an official time.
出る気なんですか記録会にもちろんだ 記録がないと資格が得られる。
ハイジさんストップ資格ってよせ
箱根駅伝の
Oh no.
箱根駅伝の予選会に出るにはだから記録会に出る。ここにいる全員でこれが関西大学駅伝チームの10人だ。本気で言ってんの？
なめてんの陸上なあ
舐めてはいない。
お前に聞いてんだよ倉原。何俺大丈夫なんかあったらなんとか言え負けなくねえのかよこんなレベルと一緒。
Aren't you embarrassed to be coming into someone else's thing and just insulting everyone there? Not even just the guy that, like, I don't know, beat you up or something in the past and, like, you hated, but, like, just all these other guys who are just minding their own business, running. He was being an asshole even before he knew that they were trying to compete in something. Yeah, it's just a real shithead move. And I hate that we're gonna see more of him at this track meet.
すがすがしいねむしろ嫌いなんだすげえレベルだ勝ちがどういう次元でしかも
Tell him, Prince.
王子走るのが本当に嫌いだけど人のすることをそやかく言う人はもっと嫌いだ
Yeah.
仲間かどうかよおい僕の思考価値をちゃんと認めてくれているんだ。レベルの高い低いは存在しない。あるのはそれぞれが誰なのかということだけだ。
Oh.
Did you just have a heart attack?
だそうだ。
あっさりしてんなおい。
かけるはもっと速くなる。君の知っている頃よりずっとな。
榊
Say, if you're gonna say something, say
ま
it.
た会おう。
A little bit.
宣戦布告か？
Bad.
だって覚えてやがれってこと無自覚に人を煽るタイプね。でもかっこよかったもハイジさんも王子さんも票ができたね。さあ出てやんよ記録かいロヨコン畜生こんなレベルの俺たち
Getting all pumped up.
言う通りお前はお前だ。好きにすればいい。俺もそうする。だから絶対に走る。よーし戻ろう。飯が待ってる。
This music is really nice right now. It's so wholesome. That's such a good episode.
That was a
It
great
was
episode.
so nice. You know what this club is like? It's like the body improvement club from Mob Psycho, but if it was running.
Yeah.
And there's only like one person who is actually like the entire body improvement club, but they're like, it's just the atmosphere of, yeah, and it doesn't matter about the levels as long as you're trying and you're getting out there and you're doing it and you're hanging out with everyone, accepting them as they are and you as you are, and you're, you know, going for a run together. I don't know, it's just so wholesome. And so, just so nice. It's so nice, and yeah, like what Prince said, it's like, yeah, I hate running, but I hate guys like you who just come around and shit on everyone else for not being as good as them or just making fun of their interests. And I think as a guy who, you know, is just kind of a nerdy dude sitting around talking about manga with his friends, getting kicked out of tables at lunch, I think it's interesting for him to be in sort of a sports type situation where the guys aren't assholes, like that other sports team kicked them out, and instead he's, you know, finding a place where people will stand up for each other and stuff. So even if he doesn't like running, he respects and likes the people around him. Like he said, whether or not he counts them as his friends to be determined, but you know, they're on his side and they're hanging out.
That's the thing about like people who are athletic is they usually unless they just have been like athletic since they were like children. Usually those guys can be dicks, but like
Yeah.
a lot of times people go through their own personal struggle in order to get to the point where they're physically fit or are competing in something. They're oftentimes they're really motivated by like a low point in their life or a time where they really wanted to improve. They all have everybody has their own reasons, but I'm always tempted to say whenever like there's something like this, it's like, oh well, people like Sasaki, is that his name?
I think so.
He like people like him are like really exaggerated for the anime, but like, and I feel like that exchange that they had isn't very common, but I'm often saying like, you know, they're playing it up, but it's really not. Like there are people like that. I just remember in film school there were people like that, where just like they this, you know, half the people here have never held a camera before, and it's like shit like that, and it's like everybody's just trying to learn. Like it's like that's the worst thing, is that people don't. People like congratulate them for anything, just like congratulate themselves for anything, just even if they have nothing to do with being in the position they're in. When I was in film school, it's like, oh well, maybe half the people here have never held a camera because maybe when they were growing up, their family couldn't fucking afford a camera, you rich piece of shit. Maybe the reason why half the people here can't run track is because they weren't fortunate enough to go to a school where there was a fucking track field, because they grew up in a poor area.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, whatever. Maybe in Canada, maybe half the people who like could have been really good hockey players never got the opportunity to play because they didn't grow up in a community with like a really nice ice rink or access to skates, or couldn't afford gear. And
sports are expensive.
Yeah, shit's expensive, and aside from price, whether or not they could or couldn't have been something or are not something doesn't matter. It's the fact that people are trying, and that's what really matters. And it's a sobering reminder that there really are people like that in the world, and that it's played up for the anime a little bit, the way that like people talk to each other, but the things that people are saying, the things that people like Sasuke are saying, things that people think or act out. It's just like, oh well, this guy's weird, like he doesn't, you know.
Yeah, even
like,
if they're not coming up to someone saying it to their face.
Yeah.
Like if he saw those guys but not someone that he knew around them, he probably wouldn't go up and say anything. He'd just be like, what losers.
Yeah.
You know, to himself in his mind, and continue on with his day. So, and like that stuff happens all the time, and that's kind of what I hate about, you know, shitty people, I guess.
That happens in YouTube a lot.
And in like the gym or whatever, like a lot of people I feel like get discouraged from going to the gym because people are like judging them or like laughing at them or looking at them weird if they're for trying something. And that's also what I like about this show being set in a university, because I feel like once you're an adult, like once you're out of high school, a lot of people feel like, okay, well, it's too late to try anything really new, especially sports and athletic things, because it seems like, okay, well, I wasn't using my body in an athletic way when I was a kid, so I can't. I'm
basically dead. I shouldn't even try.
I've got one foot in the grave.
Yeah.
I'm using a fucking walker or some shit, and I think it's because, and I think a lot of times it's because people are embarrassed. They don't want to fail or go through the struggle and have people witness them struggling. It's
because of that mindset that like that some people actually do have, of like, it's for some reason it's because you're good at something, it's bad that other people try to do it at all.
Yeah, even if they're not good, even if they'll never be good, if they get satisfaction out of trying, like what's the problem?
Yeah, what does it have exactly? It's like what the twin says. It's like, well, what does that have to do with you? Like, why does it matter?
So what? You think we'll never compete in this thing? I want to set that as a goal, and if not, that shouldn't bother you. I might be upset, or I might not, because I found that I really like running, and it doesn't matter.
Oh, I can run 10K in 17 minutes instead. Oh, what? I didn't make it into the thing, but I'm like really athletic and have improved my life.
Compared to before, it's like, it's nice and really refreshing and really.
And the reality, like I said, the reality is that most people don't feel like that. But yeah, it's the fact that some people do is what's discouraging. And people are like that for YouTube as well. And it's an impulse that you get whenever you get success in anything to be like that, but it's something that, you know, hopefully you're smart enough to remember, like when you get somewhere, like when you know, we get big on YouTube, I'm not immediately like, oh, this person's like trying to do something when like we see new reactors and stuff like that. I'm not immediately like, oh, you only 30,000 subscribers.
What idiots.
Yeah, it's like
what?
First of all, yeah, you know, like it's just like, first of all, check yourself. We're only at like however many, but like, and not just us, but anybody. It's like the comparisons get so weird, and it's just pointless. It's pointless, and it's better to feel like happy for people for doing well.
Which is also why it's great in this show. Like, the only person that you should really be, if you want to compare yourself to something, compare it to yourself and try to better yourself. Like, Prince finally broke the 35-minute mark. Everyone else is significantly ahead of him by like half. But they don't say, well, oh, you need to catch up to those guys. They say, you're so much better than you were a few days ago. Literally better than you were yesterday. It's you know, it's true, and it works, and it's, I don't know, really nice. And I'm interested to see where this goes, and I like that everyone got all pumped up. That interaction really ended up bringing everyone together, because they were like, yeah, I want to be better for myself, and I'm going to show that guy at the track meet that we're not a bunch of losers. We're not just messing around here. We can get under 16 minutes and we can go and compete. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just very nice. It's a very wholesome vibe, and deals with a lot of different, like, I feel like all the characters kind of bring something different into the story, and allow us to explore things in different ways. It's cool. Yeah.
Leave a like and subscribe. See you next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.